Hi, this is Dave with the RH Acrylic Creations. Today we're going to be doing a piece that is the second in my discovery of trying to come up with the right idea for a commission piece I have coming up. And it has to do with a sunset and a mountain sunset. Specifically mountain sunsets in Wyoming and Colorado. The color schemes are rich, and I'm just trying to come up with an idea that will be what the client needs and something I feel comfortable with doing. So without any further ado, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing this on a 20 by 20 inch canvas tonight. The final piece will be a 24 by 24. And the intention is going to be to see if I can get something that's not quite representational as much as the feeling of what that sunset would be about. So without any further ado, let's get you down to the canvas. Okay, let's talk about the colors first. First on this side, it's going to be these are from the Bling It series from ColorArte. This is Interference Gold and Gold Sparkle. This is Interference Blue and Blue Sparkle. And Interference Violet and Violet Sparkle. And Interference Red and Red Sparkle. So you can't really see the colors unless I really pull it up and show you the shift in that. There's quite a bit of shift there. Let's look at the blue. The blue is actually probably one of my favorites. The difference with this, what you can see when you move it, you can see the blue and the blue shift on that. So, and they all four do this. So I think with the blue, I was kind of tossed between that and this little piggy's Velvet, which I really love. But I thought I'd give this another shot. It's been a while since I've used the ColorArte pigments, and being that I just opened that box from my move, it's no better time. Now let's flip this around and look at the other side. On the flip side, I have 4 TLP colors, this little piggy colors. I have Supernova, Horizon, Twilight, and Sapphire. Now I'm going to pull each one of these up so you can see the color shift on these. They get the definite unbelievable hue with the Sapphire, and that comes through on everything I've painted with this. I love Sapphire. Next is Twilight. Twilight is a little harder to see, but it has an undertone that is pretty dramatic. Hard to describe what it is. It's almost a silver blue undertone. Next is Horizon. When I pulled this up this afternoon, I noticed that it really had a yellow to it, and you can see that in the paint. Very reminiscent for me. It's not the same color, but the richness of Mango, which is another TLP color. And last is Supernova. And as far as I'm concerned, Supernova is the star of this. It is probably my top 2 paints that I love from this little piggy. It looks pink here. If you look up at the black, where the black is, you can see that it's going to have a definite shift to the blue. I'm going to do it on it so you can see this side of it in the black. So it shifts to a velvet-like blue. So I'm really interested to find how these work together. So we're going to get down to the canvas here in just a second. This is a second attempt, or a second rendition of the mountain sunrise that I'm working on. So I'll see you in the canvas in just a second. Pillow paint's going to be PPG Multi Pro. I'm going to just put this down. should be enough. Okay, so my intention with this, I'm going to make a swipe through here. I'm going to put down a black swipe on top of my pillow paint. What I'm going to put down is I'm going to put a nice swath of this is Payne's Gray by Amsterdam. It is more of a black hue, and this seems to be just a little thick. So I have some Josanya varnish and water. This is mostly Josanya varnish at this point. Just enough so that it flows better. That should get the job done. Okay. And what I want this darker color, this semi-opaque color, to do is serve as a backdrop for my interference colors, because they need to sit on a black back color, a dark color, so that they can shine. Now I just mix this up, and it's going to have some bubbles, which is not a good thing when you're talking about your base color. I could end up with white bubbles, which wouldn't be what I'd look for. I'll pick up my swiping tool, and basically what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to make a nice even swath across. Even it out. I want to create an S through here, a nice little curve through for the flow. Let's start with my pigments. This is Supernova, and I'm going to just add about like that. And Supernova has a pink look to it, but it has a blue subtone interference color in the middle that is just makes it amazing. This is Horizon. Horizon is a vibrant orange with a gold pigment underneath it. So it's a beautiful color. Also, take that over to the other side. This is Twilight, and Twilight is a nice violet with a blue shimmer to it. I'm going to pair that up up next to Supernova, but not as much. And the other side, I am going to put Sapphire. Sapphire can get a bit bossy, so I want to be very careful how much I put down. Okay, so here's my basic color layers. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my skewer, and I'm going to load up the back with, me see, do I want white down first or black down first? Let's put down black first. This is my cell activator. This is Lamp Black by Amsterdam, and it is mixed a 3-to-1 ratio of paint to Australian Floetrol. Australian Floetrol is the magic sauce. It's where the cells help us develop the cells. You can use American Floetrol, but it's not the same reaction. The Australian Floetrol, I just find it works best for me. And if you've not seen the Australian bottle, it looks like this. And I get mine from fluidart.co, but there are several places you can get it. And then put on top of that, this is titanium white by Amsterdam, and again it is mixed exactly the same way. Now I say 3 parts of Australian Floetrol to 1 part paint. You have to understand that is a fluid descriptor. It's not an exact measurement. It depends on the paint, depends on the time of year, depending on how cold it is or whatever. It will, it'll change things. So I've put down the white and the black cell activators. I'm going to mix this up just a little bit. I don't want it to be. Okay, there we are. Now on top of that, I'm going to put down my interference colors. This is interference, the interference red and red sparkle. This is interference violet and violet sparkle. Be careful here because as I get more paint going, it's going to want to do what gravity does. Interference blue and blue sparkle. And finally, I pull it up, it's interference gold and gold sparkle. Gold is the only one you can actually see the color of the pigment in the paint container. Okay. Now, how are we going to approach this? I think I'd like to come from the point of from here. We'll get some nice cells right there. Almost tempted to take it over and scoop it into. You're seeing a lot of nice colors that are coming through. Like the orange through there. I'm not seeing a lot of the interference colors coming through yet, but they will. When I go to stretch this out and when I go to do some modifications with this and some scoop and drag, I'm sure some of this will come through. I do think we need to move to that stage. Enough, I have plenty of color down. I'm worried about not having enough pillow. And be big enough? I think it will be for now. So, scoop and drag. I'm going under the paint and I'm pulling it out. And do the same thing on this side. Get some of that orange out here. I love that horizon. Okay, let me spin this a bit, open these cells up. In order to do this, I need to, because there's so much paint that's really close to the edge. There's two things I can do. I think I would try the first one first, which is take some of this paint here and bring it around to the edge here. That does two things for me. By moving this paint around, it stops the paint from creating a circle or a line around where it's been sitting, because it will develop a skin. And secondly, it gives something for my paint to flow over as we go to that direction. There's some more over here I can grab. Now let's see what we do here. Do some spinning, just moving around. Get everything out of the way. It is paint, and it will spread everywhere. Let me try pulling this. When you start to stretch, you run the risk of getting wonky cells. I don't want to really add any more paint to this because it already has a lot on here. But I may be forced to. Every painting is has a learning curve to it. And this was mine. You can see over here my paints have already started to fold under. I really don't want that to happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of paint, put it around the outside where the biggest problems are happening. Something to float across, and that's the whole point of the pillow paint. Is you're giving your color layers, a surface to skid across, and not have them fold under. Okay, let's get it spinning again. Move my canvas in this direction so that I can stop the wholesale loss of paint on the other side. So I'm going to paint to move this way. And by doing this, it's just centrifugal force. I'm giving the paint furthest out will go off that direction. Sadly, I think I'm going to lose a lot over on this side. Let me move it this way a little bit more. Okay. Now I have to be careful because I'm so far off balance. Things like that can happen. And, whoops! This piece took many spins to finally get it to a point where I considered it done. So, without any further ado, it's about time for the flyover. I think my favorite part of this piece is the way the colors played together. There was nothing that really fought, so it's probably the nicest thing, and the colors and the iridescent just really makes this piece. There's things about it I don't like. There's some muddiness on the bottom, but the cells and the interplay with the colors, it just makes up for all of that. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Yeah, I'd be interested to hear what you have to say. If you happen to find this video useful today, I'd invite you to leave me a like, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and ring the bell for notification of videos that I'll put out. It's my goal to put out at least 2 per week, and I'm hoping you're finding them both enjoyable and useful. Thanks for being here tonight. Bye now.